Hi everyone, I thought I would show you an in-depth look of our history curriculum that we are using for the 2018-2019 school year. I ordered the physical course set, which includes the history course book, the big book of history stories, which includes maps and images in it, Keys of History board game, and then the Student Explorers. The really good thing I liked about this was that where I have 3 children, I was able to print out all three. I was able to print all 3 of them out as Student Explorer. And it also comes with the audio. So I am going to show you an in-depth look. Okay. Really good cover, by the way. Okay. Okay, this is broken up into 4 units. Unit 1 is Ancient History. It goes from the creation through the Egypt from 600 BC to modern day. Unit 2 is the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. It goes from ancient Britain all the way to the faithful French Huguenots. And then Unit 3, the French and Indian War through the Revolutionary War. It goes from New France all the way to the blessings of a constitutional democratic republic. Unit 4 covers the Victorian era, the history of flight and the Cold War era, which goes from Queen Victoria and the British Empire all the way to the fall of communism. Then you flip the page and it goes to about the course with the course overview, the Christian worldview. Okay, and it even talks about family style right here. Teach children in grades K through 12 with a 60-minute lesson 2 to 3 times a week. Okay, I really like how they broke that up for you. And then it tells you the items needed for the course, for physical items shipped to you, downloads that you need to print, which is the Student Explorers, and then posted online are the audio recordings. And then it tells you how to teach the course with the length of lessons, how to teach it each day, and the Student Explorers, history notebook, audio recordings, which I cover this up because it has my password in it. The big book of history stories, skipping lessons for younger children, the Keys of History board game, and then it talks about students in kindergarten, which they don't recommend if you just have a kindergartner alone. It doesn't recommend you start this. It doesn't recommend that you start until grade 1. But if you have students that are in grade 1 and older, then you can go ahead and throw your kindergartner in there with the family style. Alright. Then it has your memorization. It has the Declaration of Independence, George Washington, All I Owe to My Mother, Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death, America the Beautiful, the American's Creed, July 4th, and so forth. Paul Revere's Ride. Okay, and then it has your read aloud suggestions, and it has them separated into each unit, and it also has them separated in all ages. They recommend the Golden Goblet, and then it goes to middle-aged children and older, grades 5 through 12, and then older children only. And it goes through each unit and separates them like that. Okay, and then Unit 1 starts Ancient History. Okay, and then this is an overlook of Lesson 1, Lesson 2, and it tells you where to play the audio. And then right here it says in Lesson 1, the creation, it wants you to start reading the Unit 1 read aloud, even though it doesn't go into Egypt until Lesson 4. So, Unit 1 read aloud, Unit 1 read aloud. Like, it gives you everything, step by step, of what to do. Alright, and there's some pictures in here. Number 1, number 2. Okay, it goes with Lesson 5. Okay. I love the artwork in here. It's beautiful. Okay, and then writing in ancient Egypt. Okay, all this right here is Lesson 7. So this would probably, well, this is Lesson 7 right here. Okay, and this right here is for Lesson 6. The Great Pyramid of Giza. And then it has, as an optional craft, it has the kids make an armband. And then, like in the Egyptians wore. And this right here is primitive and modern toothbrushes. So it shows you all the toothbrushes through history. These are like those one things that I've seen people use on YouTube, I think it was. Okay, the Pharaoh's Lighthouse. Alright, so this is a look inside of the course book. Okay, and then I forgot to show you, it also tells you when to break out the student explore. Let me see here. Yep, right here. Lesson 1. Have the children complete Lesson 1 assignments and their student explorers while you read Genesis 1 and 2. And even up here, it shows you the items that you needed. Like, you need the Bible for this one, but you don't need any items for this one. And you need the Bible for this one. And then right here, Introduction to Ancient Egypt. It says items needed: Egyptian style foods to taste: pomegranates, melon, raisins, figs, and or apricots. And then while they're listening to the audio, then that's when you can break out the objects needed. And they can, it says, if desired, before you start the recording, give the children a tray of the Egyptian style foods to eat while they listen to the recording. These foods are referenced in the audio recording. So, and then you don't need any items for this. So it's not like every lesson you need extra items. And this one right here, items for optical craft: empty toilet paper tube, gold duct tape, sticker, foam sheet, and glue. And that's for making the armband. Alright. And then the Big Book of History Stories. Really good paper, it's that glossy stuff. A Day in the Thebes, which right here it tells you, it tells you all the stories and where to find them. Okay, I'm going to show you the artwork. See? Beautiful, beautiful artwork. Sorry about the glare, you guys. I'm in my bedroom. Beautiful artwork. Alright, and then find the maps and images. Look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. I like this. Did you know the Wright brothers took their father on his first and only flight when he was 82 years old? Like that. Okay. Here's a picture of one of the maps. This is Cold War Europe in 1982. Okay. And then the British Empire in 1898. Look at this picture right here. This is Queen Victoria during her coronation. Okay, here's another map. The French and Indian War, and it color codes everything so it's easy for the kids. Alright. And then this, I put there, it says put it in a 3-ring binder, but I felt this would be easier for my kids to take in and out, and it even has these like little extra pockets. So this is one of those one things that have little flip over clasps. But look at this in here. It has copy work and then coloring while they listen to the audio. More coloring. This is ancient Egypt. And then I really like this. My kids are already excited for this. They want to do this already. Egyptian hieroglyphics. Okay. And it says, using the chart below, write your first name in hieroglyphics, which is faster, writing your name with hieroglyphics or the English alphabet. And then use the chart above to decode each word, write the words on the lines. Okay. A map. It says color the Nile River blue, color the fertile land around the Nile River green, color the Mediterranean Sea and Red Sea blue, draw a square around the Nile Delta. So it's teaching them map work also. And then here's another one, copy work. Joseph of Egypt. And this right here, I like this. It says, Joseph displayed the following noble traits on the line below. Write the two with which you were most impressed. And then it has humility, hard work, cheerfulness, and so forth. And then they color the picture. Okay. Reasons for revolution. I don't know why this one printed out so lightly. It says color the picture, but look how light it showed up. And I printed out twice. Okay. This is the one before. And, well, I printed out 3 times, and each time it came out just as light. Okay. On this page right here, it says you. George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and Thomas Jefferson, men we have learned about in this unit, all had different types of gifts and skill. Washington was a great leader, Jefferson was a great thinker and great writer. Franklin worked well with other people. List gifts and skills God has blessed you with, such as kindness, thoughtfulness, love of learning, musical abilities, and so on. In right ways, you can use those gifts and skills to help others. So I really like that it involves them writing about themselves and thinking about themselves. So I really like that. And more map work, the Cold War. Alright, so that is a look at the Student Explorer for grades 1 through 3. And then this is the game, Keys of History. Me and the kids have already worked this out, and they're interested in to learn about all this stuff in here. But it comes with these little coins and pawns and then dice. The way we play right now, while they're still learning, we play it with cooperative play. So they see how many of these little black things they can end up in the middle. And then look at the pictures on these. Like this one is the Berlin Airlift, and then these are questions that you would ask. The Berlin Airlift occurred when Western countries delivered much needed food and supplies to the city of blank, Germany, by airplanes, because all other routes were blocked by the blank. Which, whenever I asked them, because again, they're only 9, 7, and 5. So I would be like, so I would go, the Berlin Airlift occurred when Western countries delivered much needed food and supplies to the city of blank, Germany, by airplanes, because all other routes were blocked by the Soviet Union. So I would ask them the question, the fill in the blank, though, something that was already in there. So Berlin Airlift, the city of, and they really liked that. So they did really well. They thought they could have done better, but I was like, you're going to learn about all this stuff soon enough. Okay. I just really like the pictures of them. But yeah, whenever they got it right, they would get a little black chip, and they really enjoyed that. Okay. Okay, and then this is the board. Right here. Okay, so you would just put your little pawn anywhere on here, and like where, say I was sitting right here, my oldest was sitting there, and so I just had them put their pawn anywhere that they were in front of where they were sitting at, and then you roll the die, and then you move your little pawn wherever it says. And say I landed on Queen Victoria, so I'll go through here, and because we just played it where because they wanted me to play, so find the card for Queen Victoria. Oh, sorry, it's taking so long. Okay. Oh, this talks about the ways to play. Game instructions. See, you can play cooperative style, competitive style, or single player. And it tells you all the way. Okay. Queen Victoria right here. Okay, sorry. And then you flip it over. And you choose whichever question that you want to ask. I would ask my kids, the Princess Victoria became Queen of England when she was how old? And then they would tell me how old. But yeah. Okay. Yes, now clean all this up real quick. I know that was kind of messy, wasn't it? Okay. And this is all of that was a look inside the history. Alright, if you have any questions or comments, just leave them below. Alright, bye.